Good evening and welcome to this MIAA Girls Soccer round of 32 matchup between the visiting Panthers of Whitman-Hanson and your home team, Westwood Wolverines. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. And now, the starting lineup for the visitors. Number 14, senior Elizabeth Kolsky. Number 2, senior Riley Marshall. Number 10, senior Anna Schnabel. Number 1, junior Addison Hughes. Number 5, junior Callie Mahoney. Number 9, junior Kiera Manchester. Number 24, sophomore Maya Andrews. Number 15, sophomore Shelby Bell. Number 18, sophomore Millie Mahoney. Number 16, sophomore Devin Oshesky. And number 21, freshman Tegan Furtasio. And now, for your Westwood Wolverines. Number 19, senior Izzy Hansen. Number 23, senior Bella Wen. Number 10, senior Olivia Mason. Number 12, senior Olivia Shea. Number 21, senior Emma Liu. Number 14, junior Lindsay Bannister. Number 22, junior Madison Travers. Number 00, junior Sophia Bertone. Number 15, sophomore Erin Gannon. Number 18, sophomore Avery Bone. And number 16, freshman Vanetta Stamatakos. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service to our country. Now we invite all to stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everyone to Fly Field, the home of your Westwood Wolverines. Today, your Westwood Girls Soccer team will be taking on the Whitman-Hanson Girls Soccer team in an exciting round of 32 playoff matchup. Evan Cardamito as always, on camera. Morgan Donahue running a little late, so we're going to wait for him. Evan, thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it's an exciting one, Alex. We've had a great season here at Westwood for the girls soccer team, coming off a 12-4-2 season, and we're about to start the MIAA round of 32 playoffs here against a tough opponent, Whitman-Hanson Regional Panthers. This is a good team. Don't let the record fool you, folks. They faced 3 of the top 20 teams in the globe twice this season, 3 in the Patriot League. This is a team that's been sharpened by a lot of tough teams, so expect a good matchup here tonight at Fly High, but the Wolverines, great season. Looking to build on it, and it's a cold night here, Alex. It is 42 degrees outside, but it feels like 35. We have 8 miles per hour wind, with gusts at 20 miles per hour. Should be a cold one, something these players are going to have to battle with this game, especially that's something we see here late in the season. But, you know, we've seen a couple games late here for the Wolverines. They've done well in this cold weather, and, you know, expect to keep the energy going on the bench, too. That's been a stalwart of this team all year. But, yeah, excited for this game.
Very excited, very excited. And, you know, what I'm most excited for, or what I'm most hoped for, is who we're going to face after this. Number 4, reigning defending D2 state champions, Masconomet Regional. They are a tough, tough team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's a team that won the state championship last year in Division 4. Also, as a 4 seed, I should point out. So the winner of this game will face Masconomet Regional on Saturday, November 8th at 2 p.m. in Danvers. So that should be a really good game. That's a team for out of Boxford, Massachusetts. But, you know, tonight, you know, the big thing is, you know, getting through this game. You know, as we and Morgan like to say on a lot of these games, the big thing for these teams when you're in the playoffs is for every game to just go 1-0. You can't focus on what's ahead. You can't focus on what's happened. You want to focus on just winning this game as we're about to kick off here at Fly High Field.
And now Whitman moving it around towards the back line of Westwood. Westwood now defending it well, moving up towards the sideline, towards the benches. Now Whitman with control, big boot up the field, defended well by defender. I gotta learn to get these names down. That's the only tough thing about being a broadcaster. You gotta learn to get the names down.
Right. It's a little easier for me and Morgan. We've covered a lot of this team this year, so we're, once you get familiar with the team, it gets a little easier. But, for us too with the Whitman team, especially up here at Flay Hive, one of the obstacles for us, I'm sure you're about to kind of see here, is seeing the numbers from here can be difficult, especially at night. So,
yeah.
Forgive us if we just go to the, as I call it, the Madden method, where you just call their numbers. But, that's the fun part about the playoffs too. You see teams you otherwise wouldn't face. Whitman-Hanson, about 45 minutes from here, high school of one of my former colleagues, Marie Fiscaldo. To shout out to her. She's no longer at Westwood Media Center, and we miss her, but she's, I'm sure she'll be watching because I told her I'd give her a shout-out today. So hopefully she's watching, as we have a corner opportunity here for the Wolverines.
Wolverines going to look to capitalize here, see if they do. Going to send a long corner into the box. Really high potential there. Whitman does a great job defending. Ooh, Westwood with the ball now. Looking for a shot here. I think that's Crummett on the ball. Whitman defends it well. Ooh, that's a shot on net and saved by the goalkeeper. I think that's number 1, Addison Hughes.
Addison Hughes, one of the Patriot League All-Stars for the Whitman-Hanson Panthers, along with, if I can find my notes here, excuse me, along with Anna Schnabel and Elizabeth Kowalski, if I believe I have that right. Apologies if I do not. But 3 Patriot League All-Stars for this team. So, Westwood has a few All-Stars of their own as well. Not to mention Olivia Mason, Izzy Hansen, and Vanetta Stamatakos. And a shout-out to Izzy Hansen.
There was an opportunity there for the Whitman team. Had a great chance for a through ball, and I think that player might be offsides, but no call from the referee as Westwood looks to defend here. Now Westwood just boots it out towards the sideline. It's going to be a Whitman throw-in.
As you mentioned, Izzy Hansen, all-time leading goal scorer for the Westwood Wolverines, TVL MVP this year, as well as a former Globe Player of the Week, and TVL All-Star. So an incredible year, incredible career she's had here for the Wolverines. Also going to give a shout-out to Coach Seth Lukash, TVL Coach of the Year for Westwood for girls soccer. So an incredible season these Wolverines have had.
Shout out to Mr. Lukash, my 7th grade social studies teacher. Absolute legend within not only Westwood sports, but also Westwood schools.
We did, I don't know if you saw the Westwood Day interview that Morgan did with us a couple months ago, but we asked a couple kids around about, teachers that have had an impact, and he was a guy whose name came up more than once. So well beloved here, and, he's always been helpful for us with starting lineups and other aspects, and he's built a good program here. And you look at what's happened, and these kids really care about playing for a guy like Coach Lukash. I mentioned senior night. This is some of that footage that we cut out, but on senior night they had to delay it a few minutes because the players were just talking about how much not only their fellow teammates meant to them, but how much this team just means to all these players. So it's a tight knit senior group, and it starts at the top, and Coach Lukash has built a culture that allows for that to happen.
And now we have a little trouble with the ball, and now Westwood has control. They're going to move it towards the middle.
No call there from the refs. So Westwood player gets tripped up by Whitman-Hanson. That's something you're going to see here in the playoffs. We talked a little bit about the refs in the past. They don't want to call, ticky-tack plays. They want to have, clear, concise calls. So you're going to see plays like that where maybe later on you might see some questions about that from fans. They're going to let it play. They're going to let it happen. These refs don't want to, have any, bad calls. They want to keep it clean. They want the players to play and win the game out there. So.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here, the voice of Westwood Sports, we have Morgan Donahue.
It is an honor to be joined by the voice of Curry Sports, Curry Soccer. And folks, absolutely delighted to be here. Evan and Alex, how we doing, guys?
Doing good. We just only 5 minutes into this game.
Yes.
A little bit of back and forth between the Wolverines and the Panthers, but you know, overall, Westwood off to a good start. One corner opportunity already.
There
I think
we
that's
go.
going to be key for the Wolverines here. You know, get opportunities off the corner. So.
Yeah.
I'm very cold.
Yes, I just
are-
opened the window, which doesn't help the circumstances, but
And
it's we don't have the cleanest windows like Curry does, you know, with the visibility.
I'll have to get some Windex for some upcoming games here at Flayhive Field, such as that Thanksgiving Day game we'll be doing, Morgan.
Wolverine's got a free kick here. Looks like Stematako's taken. She's going to send it right up. Finds Travers. Travers does such a good job in the middle of the field, both offensively and defensively, and we have a stolen ball, but great effort there by Avery Baum, able to regain the possession back for the Wolverines. And what a move there on the sideline. Tiptoes. Gets it up to the 50. A little battle going on there. Whitman-Hanson trying to work it back in, but great defense again. Travers on the spot. Send that into open space. Lou gonna track it down and kick it out of bounds. So how's the pace been so far, guys, for the start of this game?
It's been slow. There's been moments where it's fast. Obviously, just now,
Yeah.
very fast and very high paced as well.
Yeah, it seems like any other soccer game, you're going to have that feeling out process. And no different in this one, where both teams, two different leagues. So, you know, not a lot of, you know, familiarity amongst the teams. No, not too much crossover either when it comes to the opponents they've played. But what I can tell you, two really good teams in the Division II MIAA playoffs.
So Morgan actually did a little bit of research on this morning. There's only one common opponent this season between Whitman-Hanson and Westwood, and that's Weymouth.
Weymouth, okay.
Weymouth faced Whitman-Hanson, twice this year.
Yeah.
Weymouth came away with 2 wins against Whitman-Hanson. Westwood faced them here September 27th in Westwood and won 2-1. So
Okay.
that's the only common opponent these two teams have had this year.
Yeah.
In years past, there have been some common opponents we've seen. You know, they're in the Patriot League, so they face the likes of teams like Duxbury
Yes.
and Hingham.
Iron.
Quincy. So, yeah, we mentioned at the start of the show, at the top of the show, you know, Whitman-Hanson's in the league with 3 of the top 20 teams
Yes.
in the globe for girls soccer in Hingham, Hanover, and Duxbury. So
Yep.
this is a team that faces a lot of tough opponents.
This-
And we mentioned iron sharpens iron.
This is a round of 16 matchup we have here.
32.
Because, you know, well, it's round of 32 on, you know, for the sake of the playoffs, but the type of teams these two are, round of 16. You know, to get for Westwood to get Whitman-Hanson here in the first round, that's a tough draw. Whitman-Hanson plays in a terrific league. You know, when you look at Duxbury always a top 3, top 4 team. And then all the other, like the Quincy's, the North Quincy's, you know, Silver Lake always in the mix too. Silver Lake won a state championship a few years back. It's a very tough league, and their record is not indicative. Indicative. We'll go with that. Indicative. There we go. There we go. Their record is not indicative of how good of a team they are. So this is a great matchup, and we could not have asked for a better playoff weather night. This is what I look at as playoff weather. Westwood looking to center in the middle of the field. Kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. Looks like it'll be a throw.
And Morgan, me and Evan were talking about this before we started. Whoever wins this face a really tough team. We got Masconomet Regional, number 4, obviously number 4 ranked,
Yes.
but they're the defending champs.
All right, there we go. Well, you know what? There's nothing better than the playoffs because anyone can win on any given night. And you know what? This is a fantastic Westwood team. Speaking of Masconomet, girls field hockey playing Masconomet in Masconomet tonight.
That's right, and that's live on Boxford Community Access Television.
We'll
So
have to track that down, get some updates.
we posted a link on Facebook if we want to put it on here in the booth so we can follow along. But
I got my laptop, and I also have a connection, Ethernet. Is that the right word?
Yeah, there you go.
Ethernet. So we'll have to get that on. We have a corner incoming for Whitman-Hanson.
the Whitman-Hanson faithful has showed up here strong today.
They're trying the University of New England formation as they kick it just wide to the right. We saw a corner kick, Alex and I, and UNE did like it was like a old school football, like wing T offense off the corner. And it was like, they threw it out. It was like watching the Ashland game last year, football-wise. It was like a quick handoff and rope-a-dope. And we saw that there. Westwood all over it. So clearly done some good film study here early. And good defense on that look by Whitman-Hanson. Bohm sends it up near side to Gannon. Gannon looking to send it to Lou. That got away. Whitman-Hanson's misconnection there. Bohm going to chase it down, send it out of bounds. We are 10 minutes in here at Flay Hive, round of 32. Matchup between Whitman-Hanson and your Westwood Wolverines. Evan Cardamino, Alex Dorsky, Morgan Donahue here. Delighted to bring Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Playoff Soccer. And I think there's going to be a corner. Looks like a corner on the near side.
Yes. So I believe the second corner opportunity here for the Panthers.
So they're not going to go with no UNE style corner here. Could be the traditional.
That was a very exciting game that we commentated at Curry.
And that is going to go out on the goal line and be a goal kick. That was a big win for the Curry Colonels. And what a pregame. That pregame ceremony.
Me and Evan talked about this before the show. The light show and the walkout.
Yeah.
He was impressed with that.
I liked it. I watched it a little bit. So I as I told Alex, the game started right as I was leaving work. So I watched the first few minutes at my desk and then put it on the radio.
Yeah.
I put it on the radio on the ride home, my hour commute to Medford. So I listened to most of it, but
we had a lot of fun. Alex had some awesome goal calls.
Alex, are we gonna get a goal call here hopefully pretty soon?
Yes.
If I know the name of the person, if it's what are some senior names I might recognize, or some names I might
recognize, like Olivia
Bannister,
Shea, Hanson, Bannister. Yeah, some of the track. We got to think of the track runners. Bannister, she was track, right?
Yeah.
Speedster.
Oh yeah, very fast.
Good movement by the Wolverines, working the ball up on the breakout. Bohm with a nice move, finds space, and she gets it across the 50. Sends it over to McGovern. McGovern, congrats to her. She was TVL honorable mention as a freshman. And then Stematakos, TVL All-Star as a freshman. Pretty darn impressive for those two freshmen.
We've talked about it all year, but what a freshman class Westwood Girls Soccer has. 4.
Looking back inside and kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. That was Wen over to Shea. Or no, excuse me, that was Wen to McGovern. And then on the pass inside, chipped out by Whitman-Hanson. Westwood on the throw, looking to get right back in it. Great atmosphere tonight at Flay Hive. Good fans. Wolverines looking inside. McGovern chasing after a loose ball. That looked like it might have gone off of Whitman-Hanson. It is. Corner incoming for the Wolverines. Great battle there by the freshman, Cassidy McGovern.
And Morgan, something I noticed, or I recently just noticed, all of the Westwood fans are on that
they
side,
typically stay right.
which is confusing me because usually in the high school they're over on the other side.
Yeah, each stadium has their own differences. Wolverines had a good look there. Travers with a kick just over the net.
3 points.
Yes, good in football, but goal kick here in soccer. It started off from a corner look that went right through the net front, and then Wolverines had a good kick there, a loose ball by Madison Travers. Hanson kicking into Westwood's territory, being tracked down by Stamatakos. Sends it back to Bertone. Bertone right back to Stamatakos. Smart move. Stamatakos has some room and time, and she can do a lot of things with moving the ball. She's very talented when it comes to her vision, when it comes to the passes she makes. We've seen some assists from 40, 50 yards out as the Wolverines moving it back up. Bella Wen.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she has a goal from the 50-yard line, too.
I think she does. I think there's a couple. I mean, Izzy Hansen had like a 40-yarder in the Ashland game, and McGovern had like a 30-yarder.
40-yarder?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. He kicked it from like the 30 on a free kick right over the goalie's head under the bar.
Oh, that's rough.
Stamatakos, smart play, was moving it, but didn't have the window. Held on it to wait for a better opportunity, and there they go. They move it up. Picked off by Whitman-Hanson. Hanson can send that into space. Bohm all over it. and she just lets it go out of bounds. Smart play. She had a player closing in on her, was putting some pressure, but she protected it.
Little
Let it
nutmeg
go out
there.
of bounds. That is going to be a throw for Whitman-Hanson. And substitutions incoming for Whitman-Hanson. The substitute player is going to be the one to throw it. Looks like number 7, Claire Keegan. Claire Keegan going to throw it.
You know, Morgan, what I noticed most about these rosters, not a lot of seniors. Not a lot of seniors, both of them.
Yeah, you know, Westwood I think had, I think it was 6, which is, yeah, you know, it's in comparison to the boys team, 16.
Yeah.
Whitman-Hanson trying to move it in. Great play by Emma Lou. Took away that space, and some great complementary defense. They got the midfielders helping out back there. Great strong wall created by the Wolverines. Shea jumps in on the play. She's on the ground, shooken up, but getting up slowly.
And now we're gonna.
Yeah, so they're gonna. She's a little bit shooken up there.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. We saw Westwood captain Olivia Shea walking off the field. It looked like a potential injury to the ankle. Hoping everything is okay. And Wolverines right back to work. Gonna send it into Whitman-Hanson territory. And here we go, the battle of the midfield. You know, this type of game, it's going to be a battle between the midfield. Who's going to protect it and who's going to create the offense on those through balls and, you know, as Alex, we mentioned, those micro passes, those small passes that are so important that open up the field.
Yeah, and as we mentioned during the Curry game as well, we mentioned the Ted Lasso total football type of play that some teams need to achieve to get like good spacing, good offense, good defense as well.
Absolutely.
Ted Lasso is a great show, by the way.
Hey, it's a lot of important soccer, you know, X's and O's that are discussed on that show, as well as life lessons. Great mustaches too. You know. Ball gets through.
Can't go wrong with the Ted Lasso mustache.
No, you cannot. It's a very popular Halloween costume these days as well. You get the cardigan sweater on and you know, some khakis, and you are off to a good start.
Yeah, my friend group, we went as the Ted Lasso roster from season 3. We went there.
Did you have a draft to see who gets who, or were you going off of who looks closest to which?
We got who looks closest to who.
There you go.
I was Will, the kit man.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
It was fun. It was funny as hell.
Oh, it's got to be a lot of fun. Nothing better than Halloween. The Wolverines working in the middle of the field, chipping it into Panther territory. That's kicked away. Travers gets the head on it, all heading towards the sideline. You're going to be out on Westwood. Almost halfway through here in the first half. We are scoreless at Flayhive. Round of 32. Winner of this game will go on to the round of 16 and most likely be on the road. As Alex mentioned, You got the reigning defending Masconomet lined up as the team most likely to play the winner of this game.
Oh.
That ball gets through. Unger looking for the middle, and that's blocked, but gonna be a corner. Such a smart play by Unger. Also a TVL honorable mention. Breakout season for the sophomore. And we're gonna see a corner kick, which the last one, Wolverines had a good look. It went right through the net front and had a good kick by Travers. This one's a low kick. Both teams trying to jockey for position. Westwood jumps on a loose ball. Shot from the outside. One hopper and save by the Panther goalkeeper. That was Addison Hughes on the save. She's going to kick it.
Not quite a Justin Ritz goal, drop kick, if you will.
No, those drop kicks were legendary. How about the defensive player who scored on the
Dembuskas?
Yeah, what a player he was.
He's only a freshman, by the way.
Is he really?
He's only
I was thinking of the defend. He wasn't a defender, was he?
Yeah.
That was him?
Yeah.
Wow. He played like 89% of the game, too. I think they took him out like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they wanted to give some of those freshmen start.
Guy was a warrior.
That's the only problem about the Curry team, though. They have a deep freshman lineup
Yeah.
that the coach, Pete Mendel, he doesn't know what to do with them.
You got like 30 kids on a roster. You can only play 11. You know, at a given time, you obviously have substitutes and whatnot, but very tough to crack when you have big numbers like that. Westwood looking inside. Hanson trying to settle it. Kicked upfield. Through ball attempt. Onside, Lou. Gonna send it back to Bertone. Bertone inside the box. Just gonna play it up the field and kicks it out of bounds. So safe play. Throw incoming from the Panthers. Number 7, Claire Keegan. And some additional substitutions coming on the field. Coming in for number 21, Tegan Fertazio is, I believe, number 17. No, number 14, excuse me. Elizabeth Kowski. And Whitman-Hanson going to the bench early here, looking for fresh legs. This is where you see the chess match. You know, how vital is this, Alex? You know, you've seen a lot of soccer games in your young life of going to the bench and having fresh legs. The battle of having something left in the tank.
Ooh, having something less in the tank at any point is a game decider.
Yeah, and the burst too, the speed burst. Here we go, through pass up to Bannister. Gets through and then kicked out by Whitman-Hanson.
Yeah, I remember in JV soccer, when I played at least, legendary Joseph Caparo, who had a burst of a moment and scored a game-winning goal for us.
Caparo on the winner.
I miss Joe.
Yeah. Is he part of your class or was he?
Yes, he was part of my class.
Yeah. Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe. Shout out that whole class. Those guys were amazing.
Good crew. Great play. Erin Gannon wins a one-on-one battle. Wolverines getting to work on the breakout. Boom, getting the Jets going. Gets it across the 50.
There's those Jets we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Stamatakos upfield finds. Looks like it was Bella Wen.
Seems we've got the boys soccer team. They're showing out.
Yes.
I see Leo Chalangua, Avik, Sadaraju.
Love it. You know, no matter what happens, you know, they had a tough loss yesterday. They're still supporting their girls soccer, as girls soccer supported them all year. Two-pronged system of supporting the teams. Now through ball, great defense.
Oh, great
there.
defense.
The player hits the turf. Ref says play on. Oh no, late whistle. So it is going to be an infraction on Whitman-Hanson, be a free kick, as there was some contact there. Stamatakos went down, and going to be a free kick for the Wolverines right inside their 10-yard line.
As always, parents not happy with that call.
No, it's, you know, the frustrations usually get a little bit louder come playoff time. And I don't blame them. You know, you have kids that are seniors, juniors, you know, you want to see the get deep in the playoffs, and it's a lot of angst in these games. No question about it.
Something I love about the playoffs is when penalty shootouts happen. I love the intensity of penalty shootouts.
Well, you missed, I don't know if you were here in the stands, but from a broadcast standpoint, you missed an excellent game last year between Bill Ricca Memorial and Westwood, where that game went to, their round of 32 matchup went to extended penalty kicks
Was
versus
it
Bill Ricca.
boys or girls?
Boys.
Did we win?
We lost. I think it went to about the
Couple rounds.
9th or 10th penalty kick between both teams. And, you know, when you go that long, eventually someone's just going to make, you know, something's just going to happen. And, you know, but what a game that was.
That was a cold one.
Yeah.
That was the second end of a doubleheader, too, which is pretty cool when you have boys and girls playing the same day. Love that.
I think I was reffing during that game.
Or, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, high school
have you,
ref.
Have you given a bunch of yellow cards, red cards? Any red cards in your day?
Red cards? No. Yellow cards? Yes.
Travers from the outside.
Unfortunately, so I did ref Westwood Boys JV last year.
Did you?
I had to give 4 yellow cards to that boys Westwood team.
They get mouthy thinking they could, you know.
They keep, so some of them I have class with, which is kind of against
protocols.
Yeah. But they let it happen.
There's a shortage, you know.
Yeah.
No one wants to ref right now because there's a lot of complaining. You know, I don't blame them. Tough job.
Alex, I got to ask, was it awkward in class when they ask you about a call on the field? Hey, what was that, ref?
I'd say probably no. He probably had the yellow card ready to give it to them in class, too. Here you go. You get a yellow card. You get a yellow card.
No, if that's the case, you got to be ready with the red card.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the one thing about that game, it was almost canceled because if one team gets 5 cards, game's over.
That's it.
Oh.
Wow. Did you say final warning? Did you let them know?
I let them know.
Good.
And
good.
and the head coach.
I think it was Josh Mitchell, right?
It was Josh Mitchell.
He's the head coach now of.
I don't know
team.
how he controls those boys, but they were.
You put them in line, letting them know, hey, not today, not on my field.
Yeah.
Throw incoming for the Wolverines. Looks like Olivia Mason on the far sideline. Throws it in, then back right to Mason. Mason looks inside, kicked out.
And I remember one of the yellow cards I had a situation for was between Skylar. You know Skylar Evans?
Oh, Skylar, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Skylar and a Dedham player. This was away at Dedham, and it was a tough interaction. I tried to deal with it appropriately.
Yeah.
Skylar now on the cross-country team this year.
Shout out Skylar for doing cross country. If he ran at Curry, he would probably be like what, number 2 on the team? Number
Some of
3.
the numbers, the numbers are terrific.
Yeah, he made the switch this year to go from soccer to cross-country, and you know, I spoke to him actually before a match we did recently. I think our second to last match, and said he was really happy with it. He's had a good season.
Love that. When people come out and try a new sport, give it everything they got, and show some good numbers and see the fruits of hard work, really cool. And Skylar certainly a terrific example of that. Strepka as well, you know, had some really fantastic numbers. Senior. And, you know, very successful season for boys and girls. So not done yet. They have, is it sectionals on Saturday?
I believe sectionals on Saturday, and the following Saturday would be the Mass Division II State Championship meet.
Typically where they pick the places that are a little bit, you know, far on the GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get some good music and some good tunes and some good, you know, snacks for the road on those trips. Wolverines the ball on the far side.
Now, Alex, you're an athlete for Curry yourself. What's your your go-to music, warming up, getting ready for a game, getting in the mindset?
Country.
Country.
I love my country music.
Who's your go-to? A little Morgan Wallen?
Morgan Wallen, maybe a little Zach Brown band.
Yeah.
Love me some chicken fried.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Anything to get you in the mindset, you know.
Evan's a big country fan.
I'm more of a classic country. I like
He likes Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, that old era.
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner, a little Freebird.
Allman Brothers, I'd consider country a little bit. No.
I think so. You know, Allman Brothers was one of my very first concerts I went to.
Was it really?
Yep, my dad was
That Bangor spot they have.
yeah,
up
the
there?
waterfront.
Terrific spot for concerts.
One of my very first concerts. Anyone who's into guitars, I always tell them this because I get jealous. It was Allman Brothers Band and B.B. King. Was my very first concert. My dad was like, I can't let you go your life without seeing him play.
Yeah.
So he's coming to Bangor. He was about 85 at the time, and he came to the Bangor waterfront.
Incredible.
And my dad was like, "You're going." I'm like,
You gotta
"Okay."
appreciate parents that know when people are on their last leg.
Yeah.
To make sure you see them and appreciate them. You know, my parents had me see Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
A classic.
McGovern working it across. See where that contact.
That's
off of Whitman-Hanson. Corner kick incoming.
This is what Westwood does as a team. They create those opportunities. You know, they're very smart when they get on the edge of that side of the goal line. You know, hey, kick it off their ankle and create an opportunity for ourselves. We have a better chance in this corner. We've seen Westwood get goals off the corner throughout the season. So create those opportunities.
Hanson on the corner. It's a good-looking kick. Saved by the goaltender. Loose ball in the box. Shot is blocked. Second attempt goes airborne and then headed outside. Wow, that was some chaos for about 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then shot on net. Saved by the Whitman-Hanson goalkeeper, but that was a terrific corner kick by Hanson. Forced the Whitman-Hanson goalkeeper to come out and get hands on it. And
I think she was trying to curl it into the net because I saw the goalkeeper. She just came out and punched it.
Yeah.
She's done that once before this season.
We have seen it, yeah, the own net.
The thing, too, is when you have those corner opportunities there, you create those opportunities for yourself. So, you know, if you get 4 or 5 corner opportunities, you create a little more chaos every time, and we've seen Westwood do that. And then on the 5th or 6th opportunity, that's when they start to really get those looks. Expect when Westwood gets their next look, if it's in this, you know, first half, to have is going to be an even more chaotic corner attempt.
Absolutely. Wolverines trying to work it out on the far side. Little battle going on there, and
no whistle.
Looked like Westwood player went down.
And now, Morgan, you got the binoculars out. Same time you did.
Went down. Yeah, it's tough to see the black numbers on the night games, especially on the far sideline. But we usually do better on the second half because we know who was on this side for the first half. So it's the first half's usually the challenge. Hanson working the ball on the near side. Stamatakos tracking it down. And we have a down player, some contact. Stamatakos was defending the ball as it was going out of bounds. I believe it's going to be a Westwood throw.
I don't know what the call is here.
A goal kick, maybe?
Yeah.
What do we have?
It's going to be looks like a throw-in for Westwood.
Throw for Westwood.
Throw for Westwood.
It'll be thrown in by Avery Bohm.
A little confusion there, but
Bohm to Travers. Travers settles it. Hanson looking inside. Blocked by Stamatakos. Trying to get to the goal line. Does go out in the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick. Beautiful job by the Wolverine defenders. The IQ to know who had the last possession, but also to defend that ball as it's going out of bounds, knowing a goal kick is going to be rewarded. Terrific job. We haven't seen too many boots by Bertone yet. She's passed it a couple times.
We got a boot coming here, though, Morgan.
Here we go,
Watch
the Bertone
this.
boot. There we go. A nice low-flighted boot up the far side. Goes off the foot of Bannister.
And if this was golf, that's what you call a stinger.
Yes, that was. That was like a 2-iron in golf. McGovern. That's inside. Kicked away. Mason sending it up the field. Just inside the sideline. Kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. Wolverine's going to have the possession inside the 10-yard line. Mason trying to center it. Caught the side of her foot. Wolverine's going to work it across the field to work it right back up. Nice move by Stamatakos. That is why, folks, she is a TVL all-star. The confidence to make that move and the ability to make that move is very, very impressive. Nice stolen ball there. Mason jumped on it. Stamatakos, she's going to chip it towards the net, and that goes wide right. as we get closer towards the 5-minute mark. We're at 6 minutes 30 seconds here left in the first half. Pretty entertaining defensive battle we have so far, and that's what a lot of these playoff matchups are, is who draws the first blood.
I mean, we saw it last year, too. Westwood Girls played Bishop Stang last year. There was a 2-1 match. It was very close throughout the entire game. It was a tight matchup. Bill Ricker for the boys last year as well. That was officially on the paper as a 2-1 game, but it was 1-1 until penalty kicks. So that's what you see. These are a lot of defensive matchups, a lot of, that's where it's going to be key on the defense. And Westwood's defense today has done a really good job, led by Stamatakos. And you have Bohm coming back there for an assist.
Yeah.
Travers as well. So when you have, a couple defenders like that for Westwood, it helps you control the game. And that's going to be key. And it's going to be, for Westwood offensively, is can you find the opening for Whitman-Hanson's defense? Their defense has also been lights out today.
Yep. It's all about minimizing mistakes. I heard a great line from the old offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts.
Shout out the Colts. What a heck of a season they've been
My
having.
goodness. Yeah, Danny Dimes. I was joking around at the beginning of the season saying, you could put Tom Nappy in there and he'll throw more touchdown passes than Dimes, but he has made me eat my words. But Tom Moore had a great quote. He said, "The team that goes the hardest, the longest, is built for championships." So, the team that is not quitting, the team that is given every single thing they got and just doing it and doing it and doing it, and they're the ones that are standing, still doing it, they're the ones that ultimate. It's not always the most talented. It's not always, it's not about luck. There's lucky breaks and whatnot, but when it comes to consistency, it's about the team that is just doing it the hardest. Everything they do when it comes to their execution, their effort, their practicing, mentality.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to the Patriots. What a turnaround. I'm not kidding.
Gosh.
They went from, having only like
1 and
5
2, 1 and 2,
wins?
and then to where are they now?
They were 4-13 last year. This year they are 7-2. So, I'll take it.
Yeah, we got an MVP candidate too.
Drake
quarterback who,
MVP frontrunner, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
It-
It's a man that knows a thing or two about driving around in Westwood.
And I think Drake May, he lives in Westwood. I think he bought a house that's right next to Josh McDaniels.
He's around the area.
I think he got a house, or at least someone, a.k.a. Charlie Jessup, told me he bought a house right next to him.
Inside sources.
It's an interesting area. But yeah, it's pretty cool that we got some championship level competitors here in town, and we're lucky enough to have some championship level family members and siblings that have gone through the Westwood programs that have been a part of some fantastic teams, fantastic memories. We had the opportunity to have Jack McDaniels on for a podcast episode, and what a terrific guest he was.
He was. And, he's having a great season at John Carroll this year.
is.
And
Corner.
another corner opportunity. This is what we talked about. With 2:57 left in the first half, this is a golden opportunity for the Wolverines.
We're going to get a different look on this side, and this is actually more favorable for Izzy, especially with the right-left trajectory on the right-footed corner. This is what it's all about, these type of plays. These are the plays that Westwood's looking to cash in on. Good kick by Hanson. Goes through the box, over a couple heads, and tracking towards the sideline, goes out of bounds on the end line. 2 minutes, 25 remaining here in the first half, scoreless in the round of 32 between Whitman-Hanson and your Westwood Wolverines.
Liked what Hanson did there. She had a well-placed ball in that corner kick. Just Westwood player wasn't there in time to get the kick in or the header in. So, but I like what they're doing on the corners. They're setting it in the spots that they want to get it in. They're setting up plays, and that's really what you want to do in that situation. Set up a play that you can maybe draw something up and make it work for yourself.
That's where you miss a player like Olivia Shea, who is so crucial on those corners. She's had more than a fair share of, headers going up, being the athlete to get the highest point and putting a bunch of goals in the back of the net from corner kicks off a good header.
More of my stopwatch has started here. up in the booth
As the
unofficially.
scoreboard time is stopped at 2 minutes, as the rest of first half is on the officials' watch, which not much stoppage, so I'd imagine it'll be close to 2 minutes. We'll see. As the Wolverines have the ball in Whitman-Hanson territory, see if they can get a shot before the end of the first. Stolen by Whitman-Hanson, and they're working it the other way. They have some space up here on the near side, and send it over towards the sideline, and Stamatakos tracks that down, aware of the clock, and they're going right back to it to try and move it the other way. A nice, great header there by Travers to help advance that ball up to Wolverine midfielders. Zemalu. Well, through pass gets through and then picked up by Bertone, and this is where she's the difference maker in the drop kicks. She boots that, I mean, flips the field. That ball all the way down to the plus 40. Westwood, the possession.
About a minute 30.
Working it. They have some numbers here. They have some space as well. Looking for the middle. Just missed on Wen. But loose ball and then picked up by the goalkeeper. That was a good attempt by the Wolverines as they were able to work that ball deep into Panther territory and then picked off by the Panther goalkeeper. And that whistle is going to do it for the first half. Scoreless here at Flay Hive. Panther 0, Westwood 0. We'll take a quick break. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back for the start of the second half.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks, to Flay High Field. Evan Cardamino joined by Alex Dorsky, and Morgan Donahue will be on his way back up to the booth in a few minutes here as we get ready to kick off a second half of your Westwood Girls Soccer team going up against Whitman-Hanson in the round of 32. We've had a close matchup here already to begin. 40 minutes, we are scoreless, and we have another 40 minutes to decide the fate of these teams. Go on to see Masconomet Regional in Danvers in the round of 16. It should be a good one. Alex, your first half thoughts?
First half thoughts. All right, so Westwood, great opportunities on corners, especially by Izzy Hansen. She's had some great shots on net as well. She had a corner kick that almost went into the net. Great opportunity there, but saved by the goalkeeper, Addison Hughes. And honestly, I think if we keep giving the ball to Hansen in those moments, we are going to capitalize on them.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Hansen, there's a reason she's the all-time leading goal scorer for Westwood Girls Soccer. And, you know, if you get the ball on her foot, good things happen. We've seen that all season, and I'm sure Westwood has that in the back of their mind as we get ready to kick off here for the second half of round of 32 soccer. I agree. I think, you know, the big thing is going to be creating those corner opportunities. The other thing we want to look for is just defense. The defense is going to win you this game and holding up, and basically the big thing you want is whatever defense can hold strong here in the second half. Whitman-Hanson has had some great offensive pressure, but the Westwood defense, led by freshman Vanetta Stamatakos, is held strong early here in the game. So that's what I'm looking for this second half. I'm sure we'll get some thoughts from Morgan when he returns to the booth. I'm keeping my eye out for him where he usually walks up the field, but
I see Morgan now. He's on his way back.
Morgan's a celebrity. He's humble about it, but I've seen him get stopped a lot. He'll get stopped. He'll get asked. We were walking on High Street one day, and middle school was getting out, and the bus was driving by and started chanting Westwood calls, and here he is. We were just saying how, most likely you got stopped along the way and someone wanted to say hello.
Signed a few autographs.
Yep.
A couple conversations with the dads.
Yep.
They're fired up. They feel really good right now, as they should. Westwood got a little good momentum to kick off the second half. He's talking to Mike Mason, Mike Shea, and they are senior captain parents as well, and it's nothing like playoff soccer, especially when both teams want it, and you got a scoreless game here at the half.
Especially in Westwood. Westwood playoffs always intense.
Yeah. A throw in.
Great duck there by the referee.
Did it catch a piece of the ref?
It might have. I don't know. He was pretty on top of it. He was.
He got a little movement in
it. It was
him.
a ninja style move. He's going to do a little drop kick here because I think he said it. Oh, here we go.
Westwood
Contact
moving it up.
Yes.
Great move by him. If it was me out there, I would have gotten.
Bannister now on the ball.
Kicked out of bounds. That's always a good sign when you see teams forced to kick it out like that, putting a little pressure on them.
Well, they know Bannister is fast. Track star.
Yes, absolutely. You know who's probably one of the faster players you'll see in not only the TVL, but on this Westwood team? Natalie Unger. She's got to do some track because she is very fast.
The interesting to see, we see a lot of athletes. I'll mention Charlie Jessup, who we were talking about a little bit at the end of the half there. He's a guy who does track in the spring, but keeps it, does football in the fall. That's something that you got to appreciate for a sport like soccer. Running's crucial. You got to run for 80 minutes. So when you do a sport like track, like Bannister does, that just helps you keep, your conditioning up and keeps you ready for soccer season. So, you'll have to see a couple of these track athletes on the soccer team.
Olivia Mason looking on a centering attempt, gets through, loose ball! Oh, and just kicked over the net by Avery Bohm, but a great look on a cross by Mason.
I was ready to scream.
That was the best look of the night so far by the Wolverines.
That's what's going to happen, though. They're keeping the pressure on, and as you've seen throughout this game, some of the looks early on they were good looks, but they weren't the best looks, and now you're starting to see those opportunities for the Wolverines present themselves as they keep that pressure on. That's kind of the big thing for the Wolverines, what we've seen them do all season. Keep the pressure on. Eventually, it works in your favor.
That ball was airborne, settled by Stematakos. What a job. And that ball went way high in the air, and she was able to settle it on 1.5 bounces. When you got players closing in on you, trying to steal it and go the other way.
That's a little forward touch.
That ball is kicked out of bounds, going to be a throw-in for Whitman-Hanson.
A little collision there, but Whitman-Hanson comes away with it.
Kick it upfield, Stematakos again. Settles it, keeps it in front of her. Has some help there by McGovern. Ball right on top of the W. Mason jumps in front of that pass attempt, send it over to Travers. Travers looking far side. Boom. Had the kick on the most recent look by the Wolverines on that crosser by Mason. It was a terrific look. The Wolverines creating some early pressure here in the second half in this scoreless game. Round of 32, Evan Cardamino, Alex Dorsey, Morgan Donahue here. And Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Soccer. We got very active fans tonight, as you can hear probably from the audio. We love it.
I like it when the away team travels well. It's always fun. You love to have you want a good audience. Whitman-Hanson, give them credit. Their fans have traveled for this one. That's a far commute. I know Marie will tell you that. So,
yes. She's a Panther.
She is. Got her second shout out of the game. I did tell her today before we played. I was like, I'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
But you got to watch to see it. So.
Marie Fiscaldo. Wolverines
For a
sending
through
it
ball
up.
here.
Tacos was looking for Bannister, picked up by the Panther goalkeeper.
Good look. Just too much mustard on that one.
A little too much sauce.
Sound like Jack Edwards. It's like too much mustard sauce on that one.
Can't wait for the barbecue sauce goal.
I don't know what that kind of goal is going to look like, but it sounds very saucy. Does that mean like a good pass? A good pass?
Good pass,
Right in the
good
back.
build up to the pass.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ted Lasso scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a Ted Lasso
Yes.
reference. I have not watched the show. I don't want to spend the money on Apple TV. I don't find it worth it. But
Evan, tell us how you really feel. Evan is cable.
yeah,
Really
well,
does.
I gotta be a
cable man.
big on the cable TV there. I think I have to by nature.
I was watching a little Channel 8 last night myself.
Well, there you go. That's what
And
we like
I
to.
watched some really cool stuff. I saw the owner Chiara, now no longer in Westwood. Barcino took over it, but it was the head chef at Chiara showing how he dices oranges.
What show was it?
It was some kind of like, I think it might have been an old Westwood Media Center clip, with it being Chiara. But it was the head chef talking about how he makes, how he cuts up the fruit to get the most flavor when it comes to like matching it with sides.
I'll have to watch because
You're the
that's
one who said it.
yeah, I'm the one who programs the channel, so I should know what I'm
There's a
airing.
couple other things I was watching. I'm trying to remember there was like an agriculture thing. They were on a farm.
Is it a bean farm?
No, it was a local one. Local, because you could hear the Massachusetts accents.
Yeah.
Those are always dead giveaways.
Well, our most of our shows are from our neighboring stations.
Yeah.
What our fellow communities produce, but
They're fun. A
it
lot
is
of
fun.
creativity.
you see
and
a lot of fun random shows in the throughout the state. It's always fun.
a lot of fun creativity that goes on in the community media, and that's what makes it special, is because it's highlighting, things that are hyper local, but it's also, these are talented people who are putting these things together. That ball got away. And trying to send it upfield. And that's a whistle down before they could even track it down. Offside called right around the 26-yard line. Hard to hear. I couldn't hear the whistle, but
No.
The ref's got to blow that one loud.
Yeah.
I heard like a little peep, but I didn't really get much of it.
This happened a couple times tonight where we haven't. It gets loud here, when you have that Westwood Energy, it gets a little loud here at Flay High.
It's not yet at volleyball level loud.
It's
but
getting
getting
there.
there.
It's a challenge to beat volleyball.
Evan actually bought plugs to put in our ears, in the non ear hole. We had plugs for volleyball. It was that loud.
And it helped. I mean, we need to, the big thing for us is we need to be able to hear each other when we talk. We have on our microphones, it is my left ear. I don't know if you guys have the left. Okay, you all have the left ear as well. My left ear has the headset, and the right ear is exposed. And when it's 105 decibels in Bader Gymnasium, you really can't hear what your co-host is saying. So,
It's like a potential injury of Bella Wen. In comes freshman Charlie Juergens.
I think Bella Wen had some issues with her shin guards or something because the
so
ref
might have been
checked
a,
that out.
Yeah, so it
perhaps
might have
not
been
an
a
injury, but
equipment
maybe
issue.
Equipment issue.
We'll keep an
And
eye.
there's a couple substitutions that come in. Looks like Travers coming off.
Did Bannister just come off?
Potentially. We've seen Coach Lukash
You're right, it was Bannister. It wasn't Travers. Travers still on the field.
Coach Lukash in the past has a history of he'll pull players a little bit early to get them rested up for the final,
Stretch,
15-minute stretch. So I imagine if you're seeing players like Bannister, you might even see Hanson come off the field at some point here for a few minutes. My guess would be that is the strategy for the Wolverines. Pull them off, give them just a few minutes of extra rest, so that way they're ready for that final stretch.
Keep an eye on Juergens. Her shiftiness in the midfield, she creates space. One of the best on the team that does it, where she can catch a pass and find windows and put that ball into windows where we saw it in the Unger goal in Holliston. She is a player that can certainly create some offense to really get some good looks here in the second half, as we are still scoreless here at Flayhive. 10 minutes into the second half. Ball on the far side. Good battle going on there. Stamatakos. We got a parent saying play the ball. Well, you know, both players are, you know, battling for it. That's part of the game. Good physical battle, and you know what they call it. The infraction was on Whitman-Hanson. So free kick for the Wolverines. That was a good one. That went about 60 yards all the way down to the 10. Stays in bounds. And then kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. So great kick off the Stamatakos kick. Went all the way down to the 10. Weston put some pressure on it and forced an out of bounds kick. They'll have a throw right around the 5. Bohm on the throw. Kick back. Chip it inside, has a couple players there, goes over the head of Unger, and kicked by Mason goes on net, and that was caught by the goalkeeper. I think it might have caught a piece of Whitman-Hanson player, but I like that. You know, you got a senior captain who knows how important this game is, and she's got the talent to jump in on the offense. Why not? That's the perfect opportunity to do it right there. We don't see Olivia Shea. Let's hopeful she's doing okay. She's a big player for the Wolverines. Does such a terrific job in the midfield, and that is offside called there.
That's.
Looks like it's on McGovern.
I hate offsides. Even as a referee, I hated calling them, especially some of the ones that just made it so obvious.
Yeah.
You know, Morgan, I was talking to Evan during the break. If this goes to a penalty shootout, now that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it. It's exciting until a team has to lose, and hopefully it's not the home team.
Hopefully. Either way, this stadium will erupt. I called it a stadium. This place will erupt.
It's you know, and it's also, you know, there's a lot that gets, it takes a lot to get the penalty kicks. Really, to get in that situation, you really are on the edge of your seat the entire time, because there's another period of overtime soccer that's played. I believe it's a 20-minute period of overtime.
Yeah. Yes,
so,
right.
you know, it has to.
Golden goal.
Yeah, golden goal. So that's a high pressure situation for a defense and goalie as well.
Westwood, and Evan, you've heard this, the Oliver Ames game years back, where Westwood in overtime scored and beat top-seeded Oliver Ames to go on to the round of 8.
Yeah, anything's possible in the playoffs. That's the fun part of the playoffs. Anything can happen here. That's what makes it exciting. So, you know, right now the Wolverines looking to get something going on offense here, though, and you know, they've gotten good pressure so far this game, and you know, they've gotten good pressure. Sorry, I heard a crash in front of us, making sure everything's okay. Threw us off, but I saw you looking too, Alex. But you know, get some offense going and create the pressure. They've done it so far, and that's going to be
whistle. That's a injured player on the field. So we'll take a quick break, folks. Looks like an injury, and we'll be right back.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. and Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. Good to see Whitman-Hanson player walking off on their own accord. Seen a couple, an injury from each team so far tonight. Cold night, physical game. These things happen. So we are 14 minutes into the second half. As we're about to restart play up. And we have a Bruins update. Looks like the Bruins are down 1-0. So we're doing a little professional sports updates as well.
See if we might have to try to do a little double duty here and pull out my phone.
We need an update on the field hockey.
If you go to the Westwood Media Center Facebook page, you'll find it there.
I'm just going to type in Masconomet. I've done enough of these where I feel like I've got the confidence I can find things on YouTube.
So they're not on YouTube. They are on cable.
Cable
on demand, similar to Norwood
like
Community Media. Yes.
It's a special link, yeah. And why Facebook versus the other?
I did X as well, but I don't know. I didn't do Instagram actually. I meant to today. Oopsie.
You still call it X?
I switch it up. You know, it depends on
Oh, that's a beautiful
Look
through
right
ball.
here. Unger on a cross and then saved by the Panther goalkeeper, but a great pass and a great cross by Unger. Panther goalkeeper had eyes on it from the beginning. That ball goes out of bounds on the far side. Westwood will have the throw. Loose ball. Wolverines pushing towards the net. Gannon.
believe
That's going to be a corner. Corner for the Wolverines. Good effort there by Aaron Gannon. And Wolverine players working into the box here. I see Mason working up there. I see Stamatakos as well. So they're really looking to get some offense out of some of the defenders. A good kick from the outside. Just goes through the box. Mason sends it in. That's blocked. Travers checking it down, and then that one is blocked as well.
Here comes a counterattack.
Oh, great 1-2 pass there by, looked like Travers to Lou to keep the momentum at bay for the Panthers as they were looking to break out off the ricochet. Great job, Bohm. Nice move, creates some space on the far side. Able to advance the ball. Wolverines doing a good job of sending it back. They have all the help back there and not forcing things right now. Travers looking inside, that's kicked out. Lou settles it. Works it near side. Mason eyes upfield. Finds Wen. Wen back on the field. And doing a good job of protecting it. Keeps it in. Unger. The ball deflected off of Unger and going to be a throw for Whitman-Hanson.
So more going to score update from field hockey. It is 0-0 right now with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Interesting. I couldn't find it on Facebook. I was looking. So we're going to be relying on you.
I'll keep my eye on it.
I got a feeling Maeve Hennessy's going to have a big goal. The pride of the Maze.
She had a big first round, actually. I called her name
Quite
a bunch. She had a couple of big plays to help set up Westwood in good position. Julie Hogan,
How
however.
about the game of Hogan, Hat Trick Hogan? Is that the new nickname?
I like it,
Hat-trick
honestly.
Hogan?
She had a huge game. 3 goals and, a solid first round win for the Wolverines. And, against a formidable TVL large rival in Ashland. That's quite.
Makes the playoffs fun. Westwood had that last year in boys lacrosse. Took on Hopkinton in the first round.
We've had a couple of playoff encounters with each with the TVL teams. It's always
last
fun.
Year Holliston and Westwood.
Yep.
Girls soccer.
Yep.
What a difference a year makes. Westwood girls lost them 3 times last year. This year, Wolverines beat them twice.
You know, it's that's one of the fun things about high school sports. You never really know. You know, every year a team could surprise you, and it's good to see what happens. And see what you can build. It's all about culture. That's a big more important factor sometimes. Is the culture you have and the environment you create. And Westwood does a great job of creating a good environment, and it shows in the field. So.
Substitutions on the field, both teams. Whitman-Hanson trying to work it towards the net, kicked out by Stamatakos. Across the 50, Unger had a head on that. Took a crazy ricochet and a big collision there.
They're going to call it interference.
That's going to be a infraction, it looks like, on Westwood, but that was a big collision.
Fans are getting into it now.
They are. That's a big kick, but that's going to go right into the hands of Bertone.
And they just wasted that completely good opportunity.
Because now Bertone's going to flip the field and bring it right back and be anyone's ball from there. One went off the side of the foot.
Oh, nice touch
nice
there.
Touch there by Mason. Wen jumps on a loose ball, sending it up looking for Unger. Picked off by Whitman-Hanson, but battled for by Westwood. No quit in that possession. Mason over to Juergens. Juergens creating some space. Nice change of direction. And that's what we're talking about, space. Able to create some offense by just some shiftiness. Turning on a dime. We got the Den now going for the Wolverines.
I think they're doing yay every time that Westwood touches the ball and boo every time that.
The old school right there.
Yep.
Yay.
Through ball attempt. Unger tracks it down. Ball knocked away. And kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. Wolverine defense heels on the cliff right around the 45. Keep that in front of them as they work it back inside. Pass into Juergens. Juergens just missed. On a connection to, looks like McGovern. Ooh. Nice move there. Boom, that ball kicked away. Stamatakos did a great job of winning the possession and moving it back up.
And now that we're under 20 minutes here, you can see both teams, the sense of urgency has picked up here at Flay High Field. They're starting to play a little more aggressive, a little more faster. This is where we see who has what left in the tank here at this end push before a potential overtime situation.
Well, you have some of the starters, on the bench, and this is where some of the bench players want to stay on the field by creating some good looks and keeping that pressure going. Doing a great job. Travers sends that upfield. Chased down by McGovern. It looks like that's out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick. So goal kick incoming for the Panthers. Ball on the far side. Westwood just exhausting on the breakout attempts by the Panthers. They're all over it, and they come away with the ball. Looking on the outside. Gannon working it towards the net. Looking off the shot. Saved by the Panther goalkeeper on a great look.
That's why she's a Patriot League All-Star for the Whitman-Hanson Panthers. Addison Hughes, a huge save, but Westwood's starting to get a lot of pressure here late in the game.
I think that was Juergens on the pass, and it might have been Bannister on the shot, but what a save. Biggest save of the game so far. You have a goalie like that, they keep you in the game, and anything can happen. It's like hockey. You need a hot goaltender can win you a championship. Both teams have one. Ball goes airborne on the far side. You got a text from Pat Hennessy. He said Westwood's out playing Masco right now. All it takes is that goal.
Does he have a score update? Because I haven't seen it. It's on
Looks
one
like
side of the field right now, and there's no scoreboard on that
Looks
side
like it's
of the
still
field.
0-0. Also kicking it back into Whitman-Hanson territory. And they volley it back, but Travers gets in front of that. Nice play.
Westwood starting to keep.
Keep the pressure going. Pass up to Bannister. Bannister does a good job, has some patience there to settle it down. She's working it inside methodically. A nice pass inside, looking for Jurgens. That's kicked out, but a Westwood throw.
It's going to keep the Westwood pressure going.
Mason.
Westwood's getting good looks. It's
Gannon. For Travers. Travers can shoot it from any distance, and that one just off the side of her foot out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick. 16 minutes remaining here in the game. We are scoreless at Flay Hive. Round of 32 action. Division II girls soccer. That ball worked its way up to the 35. Westwood gets in front of it again. Westwood's been dominating the possession battle. Time of possession has been 80% Westwood, 20 Whitman-Hanson. Pass inside, Bannister settling it. Sends it back to Travers, looking to shoot on net. Oh, just wide
Did
left.
she get a tip of that?
they're going to,
You gotta say a goal kick?
it looks like it'll be a goal kick for the Panthers.
You
But
say she missed that, or
I think she didn't.
did she get a hand out of bounds?
I think missed it. I think they're going with missed it. But regardless,
I like
what a
that
shot
look,
by
though.
Travers.
Keep shooting.
I think it's been all Westwood
There
this
they
half.
go. Another turnover the Wolverines cause.
But yeah, Alex, I agree. You know, it was the first half we saw pretty even balance, and right now Westwood's kept the pressure on
getting
for
their
the
game
majority
going
of this,
right now.
this half.
Battle there, physical battle. Hanson doesn't like that. And we do get a whistle, it's a late one.
Yeah.
Westwood's gonna have an open kick here. Keep an eye on this. They can certainly pick a corner.
We see-
Hanson, as I mentioned, she had like a 40-yarder against Ashland, just under the crossbar.
Be interested to see if she tries to put a shot on net here, or if she tries to set up a play for one of the Wolverines.
Travers is the one who can do it. Stamatakos as well. Stamatakos going to be the one to kick.
So I'd imagine they're going to try to set up a play here, but
I don't
Stamatakos
know.
has that
I think,
range.
I think she's going to look to kick it in the area where her teammates can potentially get a head on it. So not at the net, but towards the net is my guess.
Yeah,
Because they all got to time it. You can't be offsides, right?
right.
So a little floater, and that is a kick towards the net, and then save by Addison Hughes. That was a great kick. You know who's one of the best at that is Butner, where he kicks a lofty one. It goes end over end like a kickoff in football, where it's getting there but slowly to allow you to get there on time. You don't want that ball to get there first.
Has hang time, like a
Yes.
punt would, like
Yeah,
a.
that looked like it hit a hand, no call. They play on. Lou jumping on the loose ball.
Hanson going to start to get an offensive opportunity here.
In the middle of the field. And
Great
kicked out
defense
by
there.
Bohm. And a couple of Wolverine players watching that ball where thankfully they had Bohm and just kicked it away. There was a couple players behind her if it got by. Mason gets across the 50. Wolverines just exhausting here. Just getting turnover after turnover anytime Whitman-Hanson has the possession. The far side, Bohm trying to cut through two players. Hits the turf, but has Jurgens there to help. Jurgens towards the middle of the field. It's kicked away, but settled down by Travers.
Ooh.
Nifty move there. Travers
of-
inside. Gannon. A little physical play there.
Nothing wrong with a little physicality.
Hockey play. And there's a slide tackle there. Do we see a card?
That is an obvious yellow card.
So
No?
yellow.
No yellow.
Looked like it was.
It looked like it, but I think maybe just incidental contact there going for the ball and
Yeah.
no call. I mean, you don't.
I am
Definitely
so
infraction.
surprised that the ref let that one go.
I mean, true. The thing is you don't want to let, when we
Yeah.
talked to Anders Castro last year, you don't want to let, have a call here late that could be potentially match affecting. You want to let the players possibly play this out. I mean, especially though with 11 minutes though, that's usually a call we do see, but the refs may say, we have a little bit of a longer leash here, in terms of
Yeah.
maybe we'll
Kudos.
let this go if if it really is incidental and
Kudos
they're
to the
just playing
refs.
aggressive. So
I like their style of thinking. Is let the kids dictate it. I
Yep.
don't think it was going to be a game-changing play, but there's also opportunities in the game to give warnings and say, hey, you can't do that.
And that type of contact, I think, no matter what team you see coming here, that's very common at this sort of stage in this situation, even in a regular season game. So, it's going to get aggressive when you're tied 0-0. The players want to come away with a win. Whether
Mason.
Here comes that
out of
speed.
with a ton of speed. She came out of nowhere, sends it upfield to Gannon. Gannon has a little space, working it inside. Finds Bannister. Ricochets over to Wen. Wen to Bannister. That goes off her foot, heading towards the sideline. It's going to stay with Westwood.
So starting with
Got a couple players close by, gets by Wen, but Wen jumps on the loose ball over to Travers. Travers looking to shoot, just missed on that. Back to Stamatakos. Stamatakos sending it towards the net. Ball loose, and the goalkeeper able to get on top of it. That was a pressure play. Addison Hughes got the initial save, then jumped on it immediately after it deflected off of her.
And if anyone has stood out for Whitman-Hanson, it's been Addison Hughes.
Yeah,
She has been,
she's been the difference
lights out
maker.
today for the Panthers.
That brick wall.
Ball lobbed into Westwood territory. Lou gonna kick that out. And Hanson will have the ball inside Westwood's 40. Wolverine's got to be careful, especially when they've had the possession pretty much all second half on the other side of the 50, to stay sharp. Not get comfortable with that and keep that pressure going. Wen. Whitman-Hanson going the other way. Forced out of bounds on the far sideline. Will be a Whitman-Hanson throw. Whitman-Hanson looking to try and get a shot, but great defense there by, looked like McGovern. Got the foot on it before Whitman-Hanson player could pull the trigger there. Have a throw inside the 20. As we are in the late stages here of the game, round of 32. Whitman-Hanson taking on your Westwood Wolverines. Another one out of bounds.
Just under about 8 minutes remaining. And it's scoreless still.
Yes. These are the games that the Wolverine Report talks about on the podcast towards the end of the years. These games that are legendary, where legends are made in games like this. Timmy Malloy,
Absolutely.
John Quinn,
From last season.
Liam Williams,
Jaden
Jaden
Pollock.
Pollock.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with a Timmy Malloy game-winning goal.
What a goal that was for the Wolverines.
I know that place went nuts when he scored.
Bonkers.
We went nuts when it scored, too.
Absolute bonkers. Hanson working it back. Looking for the middle of the field. Mason kicks it, ball still loose. She kicks it out. Great play by Mason. Was on Her knee got up and was able to kick that ball out of the box. What an effort. Advanced it 30 yards. To have the wherewithal to get up that quickly on a loose ball where you're battling with someone else and then to find where your help is. What a play. Inside 7 minutes. That's a physical play. Wen goes down and she is shooken up. Get a whistle. I think it's just a whistle on injury. I don't think there's an infraction. Hope all is well. She's been battling injuries this year. We'll take a break here as well. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Soccer.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. See Bella Wen walking off the field. Looks like she is coming out of the game, which is a big player right now. Wolverines missing. They're missing two of their captains. Olivia Shea was knocked out in the first half, and Bella Wen slowly walking off here in the late in the second half. Wolverines looking for a hero. Tied up here, 0-0. 6 minutes, 40 remaining in the game.
Both teams looking for some late game heroics here, and this is the time.
Pass inside. Stamatakos sniffed that one out. Oh, that is a physical play. She hits the turf, and a lot of loud fans here.
Can't see, no.
That's a tough one. I mean, right
The
around
ref
the knee.
letting
Hope
that
she's
go.
okay.
I mean, he let that slide tackle go away. He's going to let that go away.
Yeah,
Once again, gonna let
Call
the
it
players
even.
play. And
she's going to kick it, and hey, she's the right person to kick this one. She can certainly get one towards the net, create a scare. It's a good-looking kick by Stamatakos. Headed out by Whitman-Hanson. Westwood jumps on the loose. Ball in space. Gonna work it up the field. Ball unsettled. Stamatakos comes away with it. Goes near far side to Bohm. Bohm looking upfield. That one's kicked out. As we are at the 5-minute, 33-second mark, and 30 seconds now, clock will stop on the scoreboard.
I'm about to get my stopwatch ready. Because
I'm going to do it myself.
we're gonna have a little competing.
Yes, and I think we're probably going to have some time based off of some of the stoppages we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little extra. You know, they do stop for injuries. We've seen them stop the clock completely, so that won't be factored in. But you know, we've had a few substitutions here and a few stoppages. As I've started my clock,
I've started mine as well.
so we will keep an eye on it, folks. But yeah,
Oh, nice pass there. McGovern going downhill. She gets the ball knocked away and ends up on the foot of Whitman-Hanson, but boom there to slow down the momentum. Westwood comes away with it. Ends up back on the foot of McGovern. Sends it back to Stamatakos. Working it across in the middle of the field to Lou. Lou inside to Travers, nice move there. Changes direction. Looking upfield for Bannister. That's chipped away. Juergens takes a Whitman-Hanson bounce. Whitman-Hanson going upfield with it, but Westwood's relentless attack wins the possession back. On the near side. Whitman-Hanson gets the possession. Gonna try far side. Bohm jumps in front of that. As we are 1 minute into the stoppage time. 5 guaranteed. To the infraction on Westwood, Whitman-Hanson will have a kick right around the 39-yard line. Free kick. She gets in front of that. Stamatakos gets the foot on it. Juergens tracking it down. Bannister able to settle it on right around the 50. Working it upfield. He's got Gannon helping out. Gannon trying to work it inside. Got 2 players on her. Bannister jumps on the loose ball. Hanson working towards the middle. Travers with the chip. Stamatakos back to Travers. Travers looking to shoot. She does! Save! Addison Hughes. She gets a roar from the fans.
She has some fans.
She is
And deservedly so.
ice
She's
in her
been
veins.
huge.
That's not what wasn't the most difficult save, but a very pressure-packed save, I will say. I have us halfway through the 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Gannon working the angle, looking for the middle, and then Hughes again gets down and gets the hand on it. 3 minutes. Got some interesting fans here. They're always fun on these type of games. Gannon kicked out of bounds on the near side. Nice assist there by the ball girl to throw it to Olivia Mason immediately. Mason looking inside. That ball's headed out. Hanson deflected by Whitman-Hanson. Loose ball in a dangerous area, and that's kicked out by the Panthers. Westwood will have the throw right around the 30. And great job by the ball girls. They're getting these balls out quickly to the Westwood throwers.
About coming up on a minute left here officially.
Nice pass by Hanson, gets it over to Bannister. Bannister to Gannon. Offside call.
Crucial call for the Panthers there. As we're coming up on, I have a minute.
I have a minute as well.
Of course, it's on the ref's whistle and not our best guess, but
we have a timeout called, so that will stop it as I stop my clock. And I hope you stopped yours.
not quite as in time as you, so
Yeah,
we're going
I'm
to go
gonna-
based off of yours, but
That was like 2 seconds, but timeout called, and we're going to talk through this.
Yeah.
We're not going to go to break as this is an important time. So a minute potentially, maybe just a minute and a half left here in regulation. I think that's a good timeout called for the Wolverines. The ball's still in your offensive territory. They've shown that they can get some quick turnovers, and they're playing a little bit downhill. So I think the key is get that turnover. Send it to the net. Use your athleticism. A lot of times those balls that have gone towards the net, there's been a quick fumble or there's been a loose ball for a few seconds. Jump on those loose balls. It doesn't have to be a pretty goal. Just be effective. Get it in the back of the net.
yeah, this is a good timeout for the Wolverines. They can draw something up here and develop a plan and say, okay, if we have the opportunity, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do here? So, the big thing for the Wolverines is getting something going and getting something working, just getting prepared. Understand that you have about a minute left, give or take here. So, can you draw something up and maybe catch the Panthers off here? And then for the Panthers, the big thing for them is, can you maybe capitalize on a Westwood mistake? They've had great defense here in the second half. So, it's a good timeout with about a minute to go. I'd imagine Coach Lukash probably has that, mental note in his head for time and see what he can do to get a play here for the Wolverines.
Kick up field. The 3 Wolverine players crashing in. They get the ball back. So great job coming out of the timeout. Both teams trying to fight for a 50-50 ball. That's kicked into a loose area. And that's actually a call before it. It was some kind of infraction.
So coming up on about probably 30 seconds here for both teams.
Yep. Lou gets ahead on it. Mason closing down the angle. I think that was out. Oh, it's out on Westwood. There'll be a throw for Whitman-Hanson.
Might see the clock go a little over now that Whitman-Hanson's in scoring position, but Westwood
What
gets the ball
a play
back.
by Mason. Able to get that ball airborne as it was going out of bounds. And Westwood again on the relentless attack. They're going to try a through ball. Stamatakos. Travers sends that up. And that is going to do it for regulation. We are going to go to extra innings here, or extra time, as 80 minutes was not enough here at Flayhive. So we're in for some extra action here. So we'll take a quick break before we kick off the overtime period here at Flayhive Field. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Soccer.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
All right, welcome back, folks. It is almost time for playoff overtime, which when we talk about playoff games or where legends are made, playoff overtime goals are where legends are made. And great opportunity here. The winner of this, or the team that scores the next goal, which is the golden goal, will head on to the round of 16 with a nice overtime momentum, which is an exhilarating way to finish a game.
And they got a trip on the line. Both these teams have a trip on the line to Danvers to face Musconetwood Regional. I can give you a little update here quickly. Field hockey, it's officially tied 0-0 at the end of 4, so that's the theme for Westwood Sports today. A little overtime action for both teams. So we got ourselves a little treat, but I think this is going to be a big opportunity for both these teams here. Golden goal. This is where the lights are the brightest. We talk a lot about how do players react when the lights start to get bright, and this is what you're starting to see. The lights are starting to get bright. This is where you're gonna see names made and legends are born in this situation, not just for the Wolverines, but for the Panthers as well. So, if I'm Westwood, I'm keeping my eye on, senior leadership. I'm going to number 19, Izzy Hansen, Westwood's all-time leading scorer. Yep. That's the type of player you want on the team. I also look at players like Gannon. Aaron Gannon can shoot from anywhere. Lindsay Bannister's had herself quite the game, too. Yeah. She's had some great opportunities. And then, on the defense, seeing what the defense, can do for the Wolverines, Stamatakos, Bohm, Mason, especially there at the end of the second half, she's had one heck of a game. And, she's had some game-saving plays. Yes. She is a big reason as to why the Wolverines are taking this to overtime. So, You know, it's going to be a big one here, but I'm excited.
This is the type of game that you talk on a podcast 20 years from now.
Yep.
This is the type of game that you have a group text that you talk about years from now. And Evan, as I mentioned, as exhilarating as wins in overtime are, it is just as bit heartbreaking for one of the teams too. So both teams trying to come out on the exhilarating side of the coin. They have had a good amount of time to talk with their respective head coaches, and we're almost ready to get underway. And it looks like they switched sides of the field. Wolverines are going to be going right to left across the field, with Whitman-Hanson going left to right.
And Morgan, I think we're doing 10-minute halves. And then it's going straight to PKs after this.
That makes sense. I think you're right on that. So I'm going to ask you this too, because Alex, you're a college athlete yourself, and Morgan, you were a former Wolverine coach. So I'll ask you, in these situations, Morgan, for you, what are you saying to the athletes? And then Alex, what's your mentality as an athlete going into a situation like this? And I know track doesn't really have overtimes, but still, those high-pressure situations, what's the mentality?
I mean, I got to say, I just got to focus my mind on what I'm striving for, like what's after this, or like what's going to be the buildup of this. And honestly, I'm just trying to enjoy myself.
Gannon weaving through. That ball is loose.
Westwood with a really early chance there.
And kicked away by Whitman-Hanson. Going to be a throw for the Wolverines. Mason on the throw. Finds Gannon. Both teams trying to settle it. That's kicked upfield by Whitman-Hanson. Mason tracks it down, sends it over to Juergens. Juergens kicks it over to Hanson. And Mason right up to Gannon. Gannon looking for, it looks like Unger over there. Through ball, and that is kicked out. But Gannon not afraid of the contact tonight. You almost got to brace yourself when you know it's coming your way. And she's been doing that. Very similar to hockey.
Morgan, I got to tell you, this place is going to lose their minds when a goal is scored.
And I think we're going to have a corner.
Yes. So big opportunity here for the Wolverines.
And that is probably going to be Hanson on the ball.
Hanson is.
Hanson.
They're scattered and working on timing. Good looking kick by Hanson. That's kicked out by Hughes.
Well. Oh, she's going to take a shot here.
Looking to kick from the outside. And that's going to work its way and actually settles nicely to stay in bounds.
Huge, because that could have almost been a goal kick for the Panthers. Get a chance to get possession.
Stamatakos up to Lou. Kicked out by Whitman-Hanson. Bohm on the throw inside to Juergens. Juergens sending it upfield. Whitman-Hanson sends that into open space, tracked down by Lou. Lou finds Mason on the far sideline. Looks like an out-of-bounds ball. They're going to say on Westwood. Was that an out-of-bounds ball that was thrown out of bounds?
Yep.
I've never seen that. She was out of bounds to throw it in, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, that.
Or unless there was some kind of infraction I didn't notice. Westwood with the ball on the far side. Ball is exchanged by both teams. Hanson trying to work it into Westwood territory. They do.
Morgan, I have an overtime update for you. The Westwood Wolverines in field hockey are moving on to the round of 8. Woo! They take the overtime winner versus Masconomet Regional. I don't have a player specifically who got that. I can't tell you, but the Wolverines
8 bound for the Wolverines
are moving on.
And Evan, I am going to be in your ear for the next few days of saying, how do we get there?
I'll have to do a little check after this game. Right now we have one other overtime game to
attend to.
Exactly.
Battle
and it's going to be physical. And it's going to go to Westwood.
Yes. Westwood going to have a free kick here.
And the fans are feeling all different emotions.
Like Hanson is going to take this free kick.
If you give it to anyone, you got to give it to Hanson, though. So either that or...
She has the range from this spot on the field.
Stamatakos work her way up in the play. Good looking kick, low flighted. headed outside. Mason chasing it down, sends it up to Lou. Hanson comes away with it. Mason keeps it in front as both teams trying to get a stable possession, as it's a little bit of a hot potato right now. And going to be a Westwood throw. With 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the first overtime. Flay Hive, as Alex said, I believe they get two. I believe they get two 10-minute.
They do.
Yes.
But still, whoever scores first wins.
Which I remember from last year, because I did think that it went into double overtime for the boys team, which it did. So, but the Wolverines so far, I like that they've kept the pressure on for the most part. We've seen most of the game played on this half of the 50.
See Mason,
Excuse me.
Mason running off the field. I think she might have a cut or something. Gonna put a bandage on it, and you know what? Respect to the official. I think he's allowing for the time to get a quick bandage on to come back in, maybe.
Yeah, that's a fair call too. You know, if it's just a small little.
No, they're gonna play.
I don't know. They can't hold the game too long, so I understand. But you know, I would imagine too at the next opportunity you will see a Wolverine substitution. So
different than lacrosse, you can't do it on the fly. It's got to be, you know, when it goes out of bounds or something. You know, it can't be in the middle of the play. That goes out of bounds. Throw in. Jorgens sends it airborne. Travers inside to Bannister. Bannister trying to track it down, and Hughes picks it up. As she's done all night. Kept the ball out of the net. She's been the best player for the Panthers. And sends it up the far side. Able to move that ball quickly up into Westwood territory. That's kicked out of bounds. And Mason back out. Already right back into the play.
one thing I don't know about overtime rules, and maybe you do, Alex, is there stoppage time in overtime, or does it go straight to?
I don't think there is. I don't think there is stoppage time in playoffs. Even though I didn't ref playoffs last year, because if I did, it would be considered against the rules because I would be refereeing my own classmates.
Right.
But I could have done it this year, but college, obviously.
Yeah. Homework now, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would have been fun, though.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to be a call for Whitman-Hanson. So they're going to get a chance here with 3 minutes left in the first overtime period. Chance to maybe reverse the field and make something happen.
Oh, that's let through there.
Gets through and kicked out of bounds by Lou. Be a throw for Whitman-Hanson deep in Westwood territory. Westwood defense getting tested now in the overtime with Whitman-Hanson moving the ball deep on their side of the field. They have the throw on the far sideline. Mason able to get a foot on that.
I think ever since the second half started, it has been pretty much all Westwood possession.
Yeah. And here we go. Westwood has some numbers. Unger trying to win the race on the far side. That ball stopped by Whitman-Hanson. Westwood jumping in on those 50-50 battles. Hanson trying to send it upfield. Only one player there to Westwood's 4. Westwood able to move it up. And sent towards the far side.
So we do have stoppage time. It stops at 2 minutes.
Yes. So 2 minutes. And we have some substitutions coming on the field. Is that Bella Wen back in the game?
I
think it is.
A good look.
Now that is where legends are made. Where
That's
you come out of the
resiliency
game and
right
you
there.
come back in. score a big goal that is talked about for centuries.
Also good to see that she's doing good now, but enough to get back in the game. Oh, a
There
collision.
she is. A collision there, ball on the ground, and she comes up with
she's
it.
got some
Bella
pressure
Wen.
with her.
She's not afraid
Back
to
on
take
her
a collision.
She's
A
hyped up.
captain leading by example. Boom. Whitman-Hanson going to send it towards the net. Picked up by Bertone. Bertone hasn't had much her way in the last, several minutes, if not 10, 20 minutes. I think it's the first time she's picked the ball up in a while.
And we have another.
Is that Wen
Player down. Yeah, we'll take another break here. We'll be right back, as it looks like another potential injury.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. It's going to be a drop ball, as it was injury to Westwood. Bella Wen looked like still not totally over the injury from earlier.
Tough kid, though, playing through resilience. And
People are going to remember that.
Yeah.
Right? That burst of energy she just brought out there.
if you say anything, you can always say Bella Wen gave it everything.
Yes.
She left it all out on the field tonight.
She
So.
did. Emma Lou going to send it back to Bertone. Stoppage time here in the first overtime. Still scoreless at Flay Hive. Go up to Mason. Mason kicks it off of Panther player out of bounds. Wolverine throw. I'm going to say, no, you got to throw it deeper in the territory. She resets. That one kicked out. Throw again. That's going to be out on Westwood.
And we're going to double overtime.
We're going to double overtime here at Flay Hive.
Oh.
One regulation, not enough. One overtime, not enough. We are off to a second overtime, which will be another 10 minutes. Still golden goal rules apply. And if there is no goal after that,
Penalty shootout.
there will be a shootout.
Talked it into existence, Alex. We were talking about penalty kicks beforehand. We talked about that Bill Ricka game versus that Westwood game versus Bill Ricka, excuse me. But
And Alex, question for you: the penalty shootout, is it the best of 5?
Yes, it is the best of 5.
Okay.
I think so.
if I remember correct, I believe it's also the best of 5. If I remember last year, I would imagine it's the same for both boys and girls soccer. But we have a quite the matchup on our hands here. This has been a good game, and we've seen a lot.
And we have a score update for the Bruins. The Bruins scoring an equalizer goal. It is now 1-1. All right, let's see if we can get a
5 players are elected for the shootout if it does reach a shootout.
yes.
So 10 minutes overtime here. Both teams looking to come away with a big round of 32 win. What a game we've had so far. It's been a staring contest. Both teams waiting for the other to blink, make that mistake. Neither have done it.
Morgan, when we started this game tonight, temperature was 45 degrees, felt like 39. It now feels like 34, and it is 39. So temperature's dropping here at Flay High Field. It's going to get as low as 34 tonight. Wind gusts are down a little bit. They're down to 16-mile-per-hour gusts with 7-mile-per-hour winds, but you have to imagine for these players on the field that the temperature has to be having some sort of effect on them, whether that's causing them to slow down or maybe they've been playing hard enough where they're okay with it.
More so for the players that are substituting in.
Right.
They're coming in cold. It takes a little while to get back warm.
And look at this. All of the Westwood supporters, the entire Westwood den is getting up
on their feet.
And
it looks like Whitman-Hanson will start off with the possession on the whistle. Westwood now going left to right.
The den's getting into it.
And Westwood had their best opportunities going this way on the field in the second half. Travers sends it over to Bohm. Nice little nifty pass there. Bohm sends it back. Stamatakos looking upfield. That was picked off. And sent towards the middle of the field. Olivia Mason there, and she's going to kick it off to the side. Hanson looking to shoot from the outside. Bertone with the save.
Huge save for Bertone. She's going to get a chance to flip
the
the field.
Takes a big bounce. Unger with a great header there, up to Gannon.
With a through ball.
Gannon settling it, but Unger does a great job, able to move it forward, out to the side, looking inside. That's kicked towards the
a corner.
Hanson player. We got a corner.
A crucial corner here now in double overtime.
Izzy Hanson gonna kick it. Hanson, good kick. Off the goalie's
what
hand.
A save by Hughes.
Bohm settles it on the far side. Just gonna send it back to Lou. Lou working it around. Ran out of real estate there as the Whitman-Hanson player jumped right on it.
And that's going to be an infraction.
Yes, that's going to be a free kick for the Wolverines in a favorable place, right on the 30.
Hanson is going to take it again.
She's wasting no time. And then saved by Hughes.
A smart play by Hanson, see if you can catch him off guard. But Addison Hughes, just with one of the games of her high school career.
Ice in her veins. Ball on the near side. Mason defending it, kicked out by Lou. And a throw for Whitman-Hanson. Westwood gets on top of that. Travers sends it upfield. We have a whistle.
Infraction on Westwood.
Yeah, it was a late whistle. Wasn't exactly sure what it was.
I think it was a little shoving there by Bannister. Ref let it play on and then brought it back.
Ball kicked upfield. Travers gets in front of it. Bohm sends it up to Bannister. And Hanson sent it into space. Bertone coming out of the net, and she gets the hands on it. Smart play under pressure by Bertone. As we are 3 minutes into the second overtime. Big kick by Bertone, takes a big bounce. He heads it up towards Travers. Travers not backing down, comes away with it. Finds Jurgens. Jurgens weaving through the middle. Unger. Lou finds Hanson. Hanson was looking for Jurgens. Physical plays over there. Stamatakos able to close down and come away with the possession. And not only that, move the ball up to another teammate. Beautiful play there. Stamatakos. That is out of bounds on Whitman-Hanson. Throw for Westwood inside the 40. Panthers doing a good job jumping right on the ball, as when the Wolverines are looking to send it to a player, they anticipate it with really good timing. Great job by Juergens, able to settle that pass. Gets it flat on the ground.
That's a nice through ball.
To Unger. Unger changes it up, sending towards the middle, kicked out. Olivia Mason has an open player on the far side. Looks like Bohm. That's an infraction on Westwood. Could be a free kick with 5 minutes 15 remaining here in the second overtime. As mentioned, if we go scoreless here in the second overtime, it will go to penalty kicks. Kick goes over both teams' players' heads, and Westwood comes away with it on the back line. Great move there by Bohm, able to work it up, able to get it all the way deep into Whitman-Hanson territory. But there's a call on the field. That hit was that a handball?
We have a handball.
Was it in
Was
the
it in the box? I don't think
just
so.
outside
No,
the box.
outside the box. So Westwood going to have a tight look here. Only about probably 20 yards, maybe less from the net. Evan, who they got on the kick? Hard to see from here.
I want to say that looks like
Hanson?
Hanson. Yes, that is
Hanson.
Hanson.
Hanson
So
on the
Hanson's
kick.
going to have a kick here.
Hanson's going to have the kick.
Hanson can definitely shoot that, go for the back right corner.
She can curve it too.
She scores this.
Hanson. A good kick, gets in the box, saved by Hughes! Off the ricochet. What a save by Hughes. She's been doing it all night, keeping the Panthers alive. Hughes' ball still bouncing. Stamatacos so crucial on those plays.
They're going to say Westwood ball here.
Westwood's getting into the physical game here.
I mean, that's kind of what
Can't
you
back down from it. If the other team's bringing it, you got to match it.
I noticed that Whitman-Hanson, they're a big team.
Yes. And send that over
Oh, that's a
to
beautiful,
Unger who can
beautiful
put the
ball.
Jets on it. Oh, but then Gannon coming away with it. Unger with the shot off the defender's foot, and that's going to be a corner. So great effort there by Gannon and Unger. They earn a corner. Hanson going to take the kick.
Just about under 3 minutes remaining, and this corner kick might steal it away for the Wolverines.
Hanson, high kick. Saved by Hughes. This is where you miss Olivia Shea. She was the player to be able to go up and get those ones. Hannah Calloway as well over the years. The chess match this game has been. Unger looking for a player. That's kicked away. Mason gonna settle it. Gets that on the ground flat. Good job there by Stamatacos. Sends it out of Westwood territory. Whitman-Hanson looking to send it. That gets deflected off a player. Gonna be a Westwood out of bounds on Westwood throw for the Panthers. And 2 minutes now on the clock, and it is stopped. And we have a timeout as well. Timeout called. Scoreless still here in the second overtime. Both teams going to talk about it, as you'd like to, you know, if you're Westwood, you'd like to be able to get, obviously, you don't want to go to a shootout.
No.
You know, you're the team that's dominating the play. So talking through of when you are able to get that possession, keep doing what they're doing. Throw it downfield and use your athleticism and get it to or towards the net, and, you know, try and get some rebounds. Try and earn some corners. That's what they've been doing. They've been aggressive. They've earned a couple corners. They earned that free kick from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Wolverines here, the big thing is, can you get something here in these last 2 minutes? First you got to stop Whitman-Hanson. They're starting to drive the ball down the field. We saw in the second half, at the end of the second half, at the end of the first overtime, Whitman-Hanson was getting good pressure late. They start a little slow, but they start to build that pressure and they control it at the very end of the possession. So the first step here, if you're the Wolverines, is play defense, play solid defense, get it back on your side. And then at that point, what can you as an offense set up and maybe get a pressure on? They've had great looks all night.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding the right look. So for the Wolverines, step one right here starts on defense.
There's Whitman-Hanson going to have the throw. It'll be off the hands. Number 11, Gabrielle Mato. So we see McMillan in on defense now, replacing Lou. So some fresh legs out there on the defense side. See McGovern back in the game as well. Mason. And Hanson trying to work that towards the middle. Westwood keeping that wall strong. Chip inside. And it's going to be a two-hopper picked up by Bertone. Bertone kicking it immediately. Has not much time remaining. We're inside the 2 minutes. As Wolverines looking to get one more look if they can. Pass over to Unger. Hanson jumps on it, back to Unger. Unger working it upfield. A couple players crashing in on her. Kicked up the near side. Kept in bounds, McMillan.
Hanson there.
Yep. And McMurray. Apologies, not McMillan. McMurray on defense, Catherine McMurray. Kick towards the net that goes over everyone's head. Stays inbounds. One was looking upfield for Bannister. There's a whistle there. Westwood's getting a free kick. Kicked by McGovern. Looking for Bannister, crosses the 50. Still time left. Deflection goes off of Westwood into empty space. And out of bounds will be a throw deep into Whitman-Hanson's territory. Westwood can get a turnover here. And that is going to do it for the second overtime, folks. We are going to penalty kicks.
It does not get bigger than this.
No, and you look at the face of both teams right now, they do not want to see it go to penalty kicks, and I don't blame them. You want to see the team come away with it the old-fashioned way, put it into the back of the net when there's time on the clock. But what I remember last year, you have 5 players, both, it's going to be kicked on one side of the field. So you have both goalies kind of hanging out by each other, and remember last year, A.J. Alex giving props to the other goalie when he made a save and vice versa. But as important as the goals are, making a big save is a momentum shifter.
Absolutely,
And Bertone is the goalie who can make. They're both, Chilengua as well, but from just the games we've seen this year, the Wolverine goalies can make some big diving saves.
They can. We've seen it all season, and I also think Addison Hughes can do the same as well. It's going to be a very interesting matchup here for both teams. You have 2 really good goalies that have made great saves all night. And I think it's gonna be a very interesting thing. Like you said, this isn't really what you want to see if you're either of these teams. You wanted to win it on the field. But these are 2 really evenly matched teams and really good teams. They've played great defense all night. They've had great looks on offense all night. Just was one of those games where no one scored. So now it comes to penalty kicks, and it's going to be huge here. And should be interesting to see play out.
I think either way, this has been one of the most exciting games of the year.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen, games come down to the very end. We've seen games where Westwood's come back and tied it, come back and won it. We've seen games where the opponents have come back and won it and tied it here all season. And, this is the culmination of a season with a lot of good soccer. And what better way to – this is MIAA playoff sports. This is playoff soccer. This is exactly what you expect to see.
Both teams are going to come on the field at the 50. And it looks like they're going to be shooting on the south end zone goal. And this is do or die. This is about as pressure-packed as pressure-packed gets in any sport when it comes to penalty kicks.
I think Westwood might rush the field.
The Den looks like they're ready to. We saw it a couple weeks ago against Dedham for senior night, so be interested to see who Westwood picks here to start.
See who gets Westwood, I believe, being the home team, probably gets to pick if they want to go first or second. And if I'm Westwood, I want to go first, and they are. And they're going to send Izzy Hanson.
Of course, we expected this completely. Izzy Hanson, all-time leading scorer for the Wolverines. Have a player like Izzy on your team, you have to send her out. So,
yeah. The official giving the rules. And most likely on my whistle, it's live, and you can kick after that. You can't stop probably some of those things. So Hanson going to kick the first one. And she scores! Izzy Hanson scores the first one for the Wolverines.
Now here's the thing about penalty kicks, especially in a shootout. One save or one missed goal makes the difference.
Yes. More so the saves. Oh, well, actually, yeah, same thing. Well, you're talking about the goals.
But the saves,
yes.
they're more blood flowing.
Yes.
They're goosebumps.
Whitman-Hanson, their attempt. And that's a goal.
for the captain, Anna Schnabel.
And is it Bannister for the Wolverines?
That is Bannister.
Lindsay Bannister. She scores! Lindsay Bannister.
And here's the thing, though, that she predicted that right. The goalkeeper predicted that right.
Just missed.
Just missed.
Making Hughes look human. He's been outstanding all night.
Kira Manchester now for Whitman-Hanson.
And goal. Ties it up at 2. Both teams, 2 goals apiece. It's Travers.
Yes, that is Maddie Travers.
Madison Travers. She scores! That was a rocket from Travers. Top right corner to bury that. Westwood up 3-2 with Whitman-Hanson looking to answer.
Now the other captain for Whitman-Hanson, Riley Marshall, coming out for her penalty kick.
Bertone's been close, so is Hughes. And she scores. 3-3 after 3 rounds. looks like Catherine McMurray,
Yep.
defender. She just got in like the last 5 minutes. And we'll get an opportunity here. She scores! The defender with a big goal, and her teammates are fired up. Catherine McMurray, fresh off the bench. This is at 14 for Whitman-Hanson.
Yep. Elizabeth Kowalski.
Yes. Off the crossbar!
Oh my gosh!
A goal will seal it for the Wolverines.
Who's
And McGovern,
the freshman?
the freshman,
Has
is
a
going to
ch-
have the opportunity to send the Wolverines to the round of 16 if she can score here.
Coach Lukash has trusted these freshmen all year.
McGovern sets.
To seal it for Westwood.
She scores! The freshman sends the Wolverines to the round of 16 in an incredible matchup between Whitman-Hanson here at Flayhive. What a finish for the Wolverines. The freshman gets it done. Remember that, folks. McGovern, the low right corner of the net, sends the Wolverines on.
A senior-like play from a freshman. That's why Coach Lukash trusts that class. And what a season she's had. And she has sent her team and the Wolverines to the round of 16.
So we got a team in the round of 8 with field hockey. We got a team in the round of 16 with girls soccer. We are not done yet, folks. Alex Dorsky, Evan Cardamino, what a game. Crazy finish. Heart rate over a $170, $180, give or take. And the freshman sends the Wolverines to the round of 16. We will remember this game for a while, folks. And we'll try to get maybe this clip out tonight. Penalties, Evan, thoughts?
We'll try. We'll try to do what we can. But, you know, you got to give credit a lot to Whitman-Hanson as well. They played a great game tonight. This was a really strong team. I expect to see them back in this position next year. They have a great future ahead of them. What a great team. And but Westwood, the story of the night, Cassidy McGovern with the clutch factor there at the end of the game to send Westwood to Danvers, where they'll face Masconomet again. So
unbelievable. And that is going to do it here from Flayhive, folks. Penalty kick winner, Cassidy McGovern, sends the Wolverines to the round of 16. Evan Cardamino, Alex Dorsky, Morgan Donahue, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all on the next one.